all the old people around here are old. And they keep telling me about a Cinderville or a spelt weird. I don't know if it's the same thing or not. I always thought it was like a cement factory, which on the way over there kind of is. I don't know how the road's connected, and I don't know what buildings were there, but there's a road. There's a Sydnorville road, and yeah, it's a black neighborhood. Goes straight to a farm field, but the houses are overgrown, and like people store trailers kind of over there. But yeah, and of course, my dad drove down it, and he freaked out. Like, there's no development here whatsoever. Like, all these houses are older than me. It's like that's something weird. Because what if the government's waiting until the town I was born in gets kind of famous or something, or there's some story somewhere, and then they just pounce on it, on what's been done, and it's like, well, I don't know. And it's like, well, we haven't done anything. We're transplants from Kansas City, and everybody else is from everywhere else. You know, you hear something here and there, and you just end up here. But yeah, it's like once upon a time, 1950s, every person of color, there was a curfew, and they couldn't be in town. They had to go to Sydnorville or else. I don't even know what all that's about. It's like, of course, most of the people here are like, racism doesn't exist. It's like, well, I don't know. You don't need not in the 90s. Yeah, not in the 90s, but I think the FBI, when it was the FBI, it kind of took care of that stuff pretty bad. It kind of really, they need a reason to use the Pentagon. That's the thing. And that's what the Pentagon combated racism. I bet you don't believe it, but it definitely did. It's just, ghosts. There's some ghosts around. You know, but we're all people. I just hope no one lives. Like, you imagine somebody living in a dilapidated old house, walking up and down the street all day because they don't have a TV. I think some people are like that. I thought the ghetto was gone. There was a front street goes straight to Burger King, and there was a lot of stuff. There's even one point they had some Mac tins and stuff in there standing out showing each other. I was like, hey, whoa, you know, I hadn't seen a gun my entire life. That was a while back. That was a long time ago. Uh, yeah, those them houses are being bulldozed and stuff. And, you know, I just don't. You know, there's a ton of trailers behind almost any Casey's, and that's probably the ghetto for modern day era. Living in the trailers behind Casey's. That's just everywhere. Yeah, it's like you go there, this place, and you drive down it, and it's like, huh, I've never been here because it's across the highway. It wasn't across the highway before. Like, the middle of town was the highway. And when they moved the highway, I guess they displaced a lot of people. There's nothing over that way except for the fairgrounds. Yeah. I never thought. You always think you live in a place That's, a place to live, and then that's the pretty side, but then you don't get to see all the ugly stuff. Yeah, I didn't think there was a section of town where you go down the road and they don't own TVs and they might not have electricity, and they're walking up and down the street all day. It's like there's other towns where I know that stuff's gone, but it's still here. How do you keep? How do you? There had to be a ton of snakes. How do you live there? I don't understand it.